Hey, welcome back to the Gaming Podcast, the podcast where me and Ed talk about some of our favorite games from back in the day, and just some awesome gaming memories. Speaking of Ed, how's it going today?
It is going really good. I'm really tired. Me and the wife went to a food festival thing in Addison. It was a lot of fun, and there was some great bands there. I know we're not a music podcast, but I'll just throw it out there. We listened to a little Hawthorne Heights,
Nice.
great band, and then Story of the Year, another
Class.
great band. And then we listened to some 303. So I decided, hey, I'm going to jump in the mosh pit. Bad idea. 20 seconds in, I was like, I don't know why I did this. I can't do this. I'm out of shape. So after that, I left the mosh pit and I just chilled in the back and listened to music. And I am sore, but it's okay. I had a great time. Got to listen to some old songs. My inner emo was happy and fulfilled
Yeah.
and sad at the same time. So yeah, great time. What about you?
Man, just hanging in there, just living it one day at a time, and looking forward to the podcast today.
Oh yeah, me too. Always look forward to the podcast. It's definitely I'd say like one of my highlights, and I know it is for you too. So yeah, I'm glad that we're here. We're not in person, but that's okay because we'll have future episodes where we're in person. We don't live that far away from each other, so it's not that hard for us to get together and do an in person podcast. So
Yeah, we've got a few more planned for the summer. We're also cooking up some amazing ideas and some really good podcast episode content for y'all as well. So definitely look forward to that towards the middle and end of summer. We've got some great things cooking.
oh yeah, so stay tuned. Keep listening.
Always, always. We appreciate everyone who has. And to anyone this is their first time, thank you so much for listening. To all your friends, family, random strangers on the road,
Yep.
we definitely appreciate anyone who wants to listen to, two best friends from college just talk about video games.
Oh yeah.
Nothing fancy, just casual and great conversation.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Speaking of video games, let's talk about something that we don't see nowadays very much in video games, and that's licensed video games. Huge and prominent back in the 1990s, the 2000s, even a little bit in the 2010s. All video games based off of TV shows and movies, where you'd have a movie come out and there'd be a video game tying in right with it. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda come out, guess what? 18,000 games for Kung Fu Panda. A lot of those were not great games. They were usually just shoved out there, made as quick, dirty as possible, and weren't usually the best experience. But we do want to talk about some of the ones that we thought were really good, the ones that we
Oh yeah.
enjoyed the most either recently or growing up. And I've got a couple, bad ones and some weird ones as well, since we are the
Mhm.
Odd Gaming
Ah,
Podcast. I can't just talk about the good stuff. We got to talk about a little bit of the weird as well.
oh yeah, got to.
Got to, absolutely. But hey, let's jump right into it then. Ed, if you want to start us off, what's a game you really enjoyed from the licensed genre?
Yeah, this is an old one. I had it for the Sega Genesis. It was also on the SNES, but I didn't have an SNES. So the game that I'm gonna start off with is Batman Forever.
Mm,
I'm sure a bunch of you have seen the movie. It's a classic. I'm not gonna say it's the
absolutely.
world's greatest movie, but hey, it's Batman and it's out there.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know which Batman that is, you have Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Who else is in there? You have Two Face, who is played by I've totally blanked on the actor's name, but he's in Men in Black. Old guy. What's his name? It'll hit me eventually. But anyways, it's okay if I don't remember his name. But
It's
fun
fine.
movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But yes, Batman Forever. It came, like I said, came out for the Sega Genesis, SNES. There were a few differences in the SNES and the Genesis version. I'm not sure what all the differences were since I never played the SNES version. But
By the way, you were thinking of Tommy Lee Jones.
yes, Tommy Lee Jones. How could I forget? How can I forget
Yeah,
Tommy
come
Lee
on,
Jones?
iconic.
Iconic. I should feel ashamed, and
You should, you should,
I should go stand in the corner of shame. So
you should, you should.
so yeah, so probably whenever you're talking, I'm gonna go stand in my little corner and think about
That's
what I
fine.
did.
You should. You're a
Uh,
bad boy.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Tommy Lee Jones is gonna go come and kick my butt, which
Yeah,
I'm sure he can't.
exactly.
He's old, but I'm sure
Yeah,
he can
he's still
definitely
good.
kick my butt. I definitely wouldn't mess with him.
I mean, he's 76, so, yeah, he probably still good.
Oh yeah, there's some 76-year-old that are still beasts out there. I'm sure he's one of them. So please, Tommy
Tommy
Lee
Lee Jones.
Jones, don't kick my butt. I'm sorry. I love you. You make great movies.
Yeah, if
Uh,
you're a listener, Tommy Lee, we're sorry. We didn't mean it. We
yeah.
always remember you.
Yes, we love you. I'm going in the corner of shame after this, so it's okay. So, anyway, Batman Forever. That got weird, but it's okay. I don't
Yeah,
care. I'm
yeah.
about it. It's our
Hey,
podcast.
remember,
Talk
it's
about
the
whatever we
Odd
want.
Gaming
Odd. It's
Podcast.
odd. That's why. It's odd.
Odd.
We talk about whatever. Um,
Exactly.
so Batman Forever. The way it starts out, you can either be, if I remember correctly, you can choose between Batman or Robin, and you're Dick Grayson. And
Hmm.
then after you choose that, you can choose the weapons that you want to use. I don't remember all the weapons, but they're different gadgets and things that you can choose from. I'm not exactly sure how you use the weapons that you choose because the controls, it just kind of threw you in there. There was no tutorial or anything. It's just like, there you go, good luck.
That's old
There's
school gaming right there.
old school game. It just throws
Heck
you
yeah.
in different like combos you can do. What the combos are, I have no idea. I just button mash until things
Button mash.
happen. Yeah.
Hey, little like 6-year-old Ed was just destroying that Genesis controller.
Oh yeah. I did a lot of low kicks. You have to do the low kicks and then throw in an uppercut to get them in the air, and then you go back to low kick, low kick, low kick. It's the
Yeah.
way I still do low kicks to this day. Like
Heck yeah, that's the
that's
only
how
way I
I
play
grew
fighting
up.
games.
That's how we did it back in the day. We don't play fair. That's how we do
Uh,
it.
Man, I don't think I've ever played this game. I'm looking at it while you're talking. Some
Oh,
screenshots. It's a
it's a
cool looking game.
It's a very dark game, and not yes, yeah, Batman's dark, but I'm literally talking about it's dark. If you have a horrible TV, you're not gonna be able to see what you're doing.
Like the graphics look super like interesting. Like it's got that like Mortal Kombat 3D
Yeah, definitely.
3D look.
Yeah, someone like that Mortal Kombat, you can tell they probably got the actors and did some weird body scan on it. I have no idea. However, they did it back
It
in the
looks a little awkward.
yeah, it's a little awkward. But yeah, so I it was a hard game. Like there's certain times where you have to like grapple hook to go up a level or down, but I never knew exactly how to grapple hook. So I just pressed buttons and up until something happened. And even then, sometimes I would grapple hook and I still wouldn't make it into where I needed to go to get into the floor above me. But it's okay. I just, just keep on
Smart.
pressing buttons. It was a hard game. I never beat it. The levels that I remember playing, you start out in Arkham Asylum. And honestly, I didn't know it was Arkham Asylum until I looked up today before we did this. For some reason, I thought you were in a sewer, but no, you're in Arkham Asylum. That's the first level
Oh,
that you start out in. So it's Arkham Asylum. Had no
okay.
idea, but I guess it makes sense because you are fighting inmates. So, but
Yeah.
I had
It
no
looks a
idea.
little sewery. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
can
it's
see
kind of
where
like
you get confused.
yeah, but little side scroller type action thing going on.
Yeah,
But
little
yeah, so you
beat 'em up
start out
style.
Arkham Asylum, and remember there's like hidden areas within that you could find, and there'd be like extra health or something that you could get, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure. The second level, you were in the Gotham Bank, and I can usually beat those. And then usually where I started having issues was the circus, but that's where I would start getting frustrated, and then I would just quit. So I never beat the game because it's really hard. And like I said, it just kind of throws you in there. It's an old school game,
Heck
so you
yeah.
just kind of have to figure it out on your own. But it is a fun game. Is it the world's greatest game? Probably not, but it was one of those games for me that I really enjoyed playing as a kid. I still have it. It's actually in the guest bedroom right now with a bunch of my old consoles that are kind of
Nice.
sitting in the corner. So I need to play it one day, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I could even get to the circus now. I'd probably just die in the first level. So
Hey,
I don't know.
you
Maybe I'll
know,
try it one day.
we'll make
But
it an episode. Maybe we'll make it. We need to beat it, and we'll
yeah.
both beat it for an episode and talk about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that was my first one. Fun
Heck
game.
yeah.
Fun movie. If you haven't checked out the movie, check it out. Tommy Lee Jones will kick your butt if you don't, so just go check it out. And so it is your turn. What's your game? And while you're talking about that, I'm gonna go stand in my corner of shame and think
Yeah,
about what I
yeah,
need.
you need to go in that corner and think about Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep, I will.
Man, so I'm kind of in the same time period as you, but I'm going to move over a little bit more disc based. We're going to go to the PS1 and we're going to talk about Disney's Hercules. So, did you ever play this game?
I don't think I did.
Man, it's actually a pretty fun game and it looks good. Like if you look up the graphics on it and everything, it still holds up pretty well.
I'll
It's pretty much like a 2D, but there's some like 2D mixed with 3D elements. Where you're like 2D side scrolling, but there's 3D elements where you can go like into the map a little bit more. But it's the full game basically frame for frame for the movie. So you've got all the training scenes. Those are actually really fun because you're doing all the training and everything he's doing with Phil, punching bags, jumping over things, all of that. You've got all the different battles, all the different locations. It's pretty much the entire game or the entire movie put into a game.
That's
It
awesome.
looks really good. It played great. I remember playing it for the first time. Actually, we went to a mall in like 96 when the movie came out, and the
Mm.
mall did a Hercules event. And again, I was 6, so I'm probably thinking of things were way bigger than what they actually were. But they had Hercules stuff everywhere. They had things up to the ceiling from what I remember, but they also had all of these PS1 consoles set up on stands with TVs playing the game. So they had stuff for the movie, they had merch, but they had the game. So I remember playing the game there first. and thinking, wow, this is really fun. Then rented it a bunch, never owned it, but that's what Blockbuster and all that was for at the time. Ended up beating it just from rentals, but it's a fun game. Even today, it actually plays pretty well. The graphics hold up really well. It's a pretty like for like with the movie. So if you love the movie, I don't see why you wouldn't love the game either.
100% love the movie. Amazing Disney movie. I think it's
Absolutely.
one of the best. It's a
It's a top 3 Disney movie for me for
oh,
sure.
for sure. Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of the game. It looks really cool. I like the artwork. The Hydra. He's
Yeah,
about
The Hydra battle is awesome because it's like still that 3D esque element. So you're still like fighting around him
Does it
and everything.
does it keep on growing heads every time you chop
Oh
one off?
yeah, oh yeah, it's just like the movie.
That's cool. No, it looks really
Yeah,
cool. Yeah,
it
I
gets
can see it
bigger and
has
bigger.
that 2D, that side scroller, but I kind of see where it has that 3D element thing going to it. Looks
Oh
super
yeah,
cool. I might have to
it's
check that out. Never played
it's
it.
definitely a cool game. It's a quick play. It doesn't take too long if you can beat everything. I don't remember it being crazy difficult by any means, but it's not a super long game, so it's something you could probably knock out in a weekend or something.
And we got to give it to Disney. There were lots of great Disney games back in the
There
day.
were. Absolutely. I mean, I'm looking at my list here that I have, and there's a few that are Disney for sure.
Like there's Disney games out there today, but they just don't hit the same
No.
as the old classic. They made
Yeah,
great quality games back in the day. So you got to
definitely.
give it to Disney. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. We talk about
They
some of the honorable one mentions that I don't know if they're on your list or not, but we can talk about them later on if we don't mention them. But there's some great games on like the SNES era. We can mention if it's not on any of our lists.
Mhm.
That definitely honorable mentions that were great games.
By the way, when you were at the that Hercules event, was there anyone dressed as Hercules, like a person just like a jack dude dressed as Hercules?
There probably was, but I don't remember. I was 6. All
Yeah.
I cared about was I saw Hercules like stuff, and I got to play PS1 and video games. That's all I remember. It was super cool. I mean, I was obsessed with Hercules. I still love Hercules to this
Oh
day.
yeah. And
But I mean, even McDonald's had toys for it, and I wanted all the different cups and his merch and everything that came out for Hercules. I
right.
wanted it.
Well, I know you actually do have some Hercules
I
plates
do.
that got at a gaming conventions, which are really cool. And I saw they were up in your kitchen towards
Oh
the
yeah.
on
Oh
display.
yeah. Got a couple of them. I got a Hercules and a Pegasus one.
Yeah, because those came.
That's awesome.
I forgot what those McDonald. Is that where they're?
Uh-huh. Yep,
Okay,
they're
cool. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
super.
looking for the others. They're hard to find.
Oh yeah, McDonald's toys back then were super, and like even other Burger King, but McDonald's had some awesome stuff back in the day. It was just you can't find
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff, and they just don't. I don't know, just the toys
Oh,
today that
no.
they make, they're not the same. The '90s
No,
were
not
great
even
times.
the toys. Like you had plates, you had cups, you have all this extra merch that they had for sale beyond the toys.
Hmm.
Um, in the 90s, I remember. Oh, I think it might have been Batman Forever. I'll have to look later on and see. But they had like a full glass cup line at McDonald's for one of the Batman movies.
That's cool.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff, and those are the days where you could, for an extra $3.99, $2.99, $4.99, purchase a plate, purchase a cup. Burger King did the whole Pokemon 24 karat gold Pokeball thing
Hmm.
in like the
I
late
remember
'90s.
that.
So
Yeah.
it was a good time for
Oh
sure.
yeah, definitely a great time to be a kid, and I'm
Oh,
glad to be a part of it.
oh, let's not joke around. If that was still around today, when you get your Big Mac, you'd be buying a plate.
Oh, 100%. Well, I know we're kind of straying away, but still talking about McDonald's. But a few months ago, McDonald's released like the Gromit, the Hamburglar, and all
Yep.
those little action figures. And within days, weeks, you could go on eBay and they're like already selling for a lot of money.
They were selling the same day because no one
Yeah,
had them.
yeah,
I remember calling around for those, and you couldn't get those at
yeah,
all. What was it, the Cactus Plant Farm meal or whatever?
yeah.
I
It was
can't
like
remember the name of the
adult.
company. It's
Yeah, but it's like they made like a little adult Happy Meal
oh
things.
yeah,
And you can get the which super cool. I hope McDonald's does something like that again. I'm sure they
oh
will.
oh,
It's
absolutely. I mean, we bought a couple of them. We got the same toy every time, but
oh
we
yeah.
bought a couple of them.
But it's cool. It was fun. It just gave you that excitement of like from when you
Mhm.
were a kid. So I'm sure they'll do something again. It's a smart move. It's a great way to get people to go, especially people that enjoyed that type of stuff like us. So yeah, I'm sure they'll do it again. But
Oh, I mean, probably. I mean, did you see that they're in China? They're doing it's a McNugget shaped Tetris game.
I did not.
Yeah, so it's like a little black and white screen, but it's shaped like a big McNugget, and it's a full game of Tetris.
That's super cool. I did not know that.
I
I'm
know. So
definitely.
it's like, man, bring that here.
Oh yeah, I'll have to look that up because that seems interesting. That's super cool. Yeah, they should definitely bring that here.
Exactly. I mean, it brings back that kind of old school nostalgia of it. So I
Oh,
like it. It needs to come here.
oh yeah, it 100%. I agree. Stuff like that is super cool. It makes me sad that other countries have this cool stuff, and sometimes we don't get it, or we have to wait forever until we get it, and they're already on to the next thing, and we're like one, two things
Absolutely.
behind. And that's how it goes. But it's
It
okay.
is what it is. Going back to
Well,
video games,
yeah, going back to
I'm
video games.
yeah, the actual podcast that we do. But
Yeah,
in a wrap up, Hercules, great game. Go play it. Let's go with Ed's next game.
yeah. So still in the Sega Genesis world, but my second game is going to be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Knew it.
It's a super fun game. I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. I'm sure a lot of you growing up were Power Rangers fans. To this day, I still want to be a Power Ranger when I grow up. Let's be real. I want to be the green/white ranger. That's who I want to be. So that's my aspiration in life, is to do that. But anyways, talking about the game, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it was really cool. It was just a little side scroller fighting game. It wasn't a really hard game, and
No.
it was one of those. Also, there was different combos you could do, which kind of same as Batman. It just kind of throws you in there. There's no tutorials. You just got to figure it out on your own. But you start out, you get to choose whatever ranger you want to be. Can be the Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, Yellow Ranger, Black Ranger, Pink Ranger. But you don't start out with, you can't choose the Green Ranger right off the bat, because you actually have to fight him. So in one of the levels, you actually fight the Green Ranger, and after you defeat him and fight the Dragon Zord and the Megazord, at that point, he becomes good if you've watched the show, and at that point he becomes a playable character. And that was always what my goal was, to get the Green Ranger, and then I would just be the Green Ranger constantly. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't really hard game. There was different, like, fight an enemy in his normal form and then in his giant form. So he'd be a Power Ranger, and then you'd go into the Megazord, fight the villain when he's giant, defeat him, then you'd go on to the next monster. I don't remember all the monsters. Some of the monsters I remember fighting, obviously the Green Ranger, and there was
Hmm.
Goldar, which Goldar was one of my favorite villains. He was super cool, the golden monkey guy that could fly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was Madame Mo. I don't remember who she is on Power. I remember her, so that was one of the villains. I think she was one of the final villains. She's really hard. I remember that, but it's just a fun game. It had the music, which is so iconic. Like, you have that guitar. It's just got that rock thing, and it just gets you fired up. Like, if you've never listened to the theme song to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you need to go check it out. You'll
Hmm.
it'll change your life. You'll be jumping off the couch. That's what I did. Still do. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you definitely have still done that.
Yeah, definitely. Go outside, do those front flips.
Heck yeah.
Because
You gotta hear the bum 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 ba
oh yeah. So yeah, that was in there, and it's a fun game. Like I said, it's just one of those games. There's not much to it, but it was a fun game. It was a solid game, and it was cool because when I played it, I felt like I was one of the Rangers. And like I said, I
Mm.
still want to be a Power Ranger. That was one of my games, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
That
Super
was a good
fun.
game. You're the one who introduced me to that one. I was never a Power Ranger
Yep.
kid growing up. I wasn't allowed to because it was too violent.
Oh yeah,
Um,
very violent.
but you introduced me to that game, and I think we beat it like 3 or 4 times in like an evening, and just kept like passing it on. And if someone
Oh
died,
yeah.
next person gets it. But we beat it multiple times, and I mean it's a fun game. It's one of those like you throw on, and you could probably beat it within an hour or
Oh
so.
yeah, for
Uh,
sure. But also, gotta do a moment of silence for Jason David Frank.
Rest in peace, Green Ranger.
Rest in peace. I didn't forget his name. If not, he would come back and kick my butt too.
Exactly. Yeah, you remember Jason David Franks, but not Tommy Lee Jones. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, and his character in the show was Tommy. So yeah,
exactly.
hey, and we can actually say we both saw the Green Ranger in person. We didn't go actually talk to him. We were at a Comic-Con thing in San Antonio way long ago. What, 2006,
16?
15, 16,
16.
around October. It was really cool. There was a bunch of cool stuff there. But yeah, that dude was jacked.
He was ripped for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I was definitely afraid of that guy. He was out of all the actual like actor Power Rangers, he was probably the most Power Ranger outside of
Oh
like the
yeah.
show.
He lived and breathed Power Rangers
He
until
was a Power Ranger.
he was a
100.
Power Ranger. and he's still a Power Ranger. He's doing his Power Ranger things even in the great beyond. So yeah,
Yeah.
R.I.P. But yeah, man, he was awesome dude. But yeah, Power Rangers. If not, or I'm gonna go off on another tangent about whatever. But it's okay
Oh, we probably will. It's fine.
because
It's the
our
odd gaming
odd
podcast.
podcast. It's our podcast. We make the rules around here. Who's gonna stop us? No,
Exactly.
maybe Tommy Lee Jones, or probably.
Yeah,
But
Tommy Lee Jones will stop us. Yeah, we
it's
might need to watch ourselves on that one.
yeah. But anyways, that was my number two. What's your number two?
Man, so there's a couple I had written down, but we did talk about them on our last podcast.
That's
So I
okay.
don't want to do those. I'll mention them again at the end, but I'll mention another one. And I played. I never beat it as a kid because I got stuck on a freaking quick time event that I could never beat. But I got about 75% of the way through it,
That's
and
almost all the way through.
it's almost all the way through. I'll take it, especially with my video game ADD. Like I'd never finish games, so. But it's an underlooked game. It's another Disney game, and it's a tie-in, but it wasn't specific to any sort of TV show or movie. It was more towards, I think, the TV show for it. But it was Tarzan Untamed.
Tarzan
So it
Untamed.
came out on the PS2 and the GameCube, and it's basically Tarzan. It's basically a 2D, 3D platforming game, but there's a lot of grinding and skating elements of it. So there's a lot of times where you're with Tarzan and you're grinding on all these tree trunks and going down rivers and jumping over things, and there's a lot of grinding elements and like quote unquote skating elements of it. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of elements where you're climbing trees, you're hopping along the forest, kind of that 2D, 3D esque game, and it's actually really fun. It plays really well on both consoles. Like I was saying, I didn't get all the way through because there is a quick time event where you have to press and mash buttons really, really, really fast and hard. And as a kid, I could never do it. And after a couple hours, I gave up and then never picked the game back up. But the parts that I did play and the parts that aren't quick time events were actually really fun. Graphics are pretty nice as well. Gameplay is pretty tight. The grinding and kind of those skating elements are actually really fun. They're super enjoyable. They're really addicting. Tarzan, and also another great Disney movie. Again, kind of the era of the great Disney games. That's kind of one that gets underlooked or overlooked a lot, and I would definitely recommend that one.
I've never fully played that game. I have played, I believe, the first level of that game, and I do remember, yeah, there's some grinding elements. It's super cool from what I did play. So yeah, I can see why that'd be a great game. And also another one of those, yeah, great movie. Also Phil
Mm-hmm.
Collins, he made
Oh,
that move. The
classic
music,
soundtrack.
oh yeah, that music was like incredible. He didn't have to go that hard, but he did because
Oh,
he's Phil
yeah.
Collins.
It's Phil Collins. Phil
Like
Collins was so Phil Collins on that.
oh yeah, I don't know how it like without Phil Collins, the movie would still be great without the Phil Collins in it. But Phil Collins, like that music's fire. Every song on there's a banger for sure. I love all
100%.
those songs. Did
100%. Great album.
yeah, I remember watching the movie. I remember like back you'd have to behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes you'd have to watch
Yep.
till the very end. That I remember, yeah, it's really cool how for the Tarzan movie they actually studied skateboarders and all these professional skateboarders to make the movie for all the grinding down the like trees and the stumps and all this stuff. I thought that was super cool. Kind of made me want to try skateboarding, which is not a great idea for me because I
No.
definitely always end up hitting myself where it hurts really bad.
I
But yeah,
tried it for a while.
didn't
Yeah,
you do
that's bad.
didn't you do a little skateboarding growing up?
I did. That was terrible.
That's
Yep.
probably better
Scraped
for me.
my knees quite a bit and could never get down a half pipe. So
That's
that
okay.
was a short-lived adventure.
But you gotta try. You never know. At
Gotta
least
try. Gotta try.
maybe one day you'll make it to the X Games. There's still a chance. It's okay. You
Oh
can be
yeah, yeah. No, at 32, yeah, I'm in my prime.
in your
Let me
yeah.
let me just pick up the board right now and get to it.
Oh yeah, just find that inner Tarzan in you, and you can do it. I believe in you. I'll make
Heck,
sure that I'm filming though. I want to film you
oh,
while you're
definitely.
doing this. Not
Yeah,
because
while I
you're
fall
gonna
on my face.
bust
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hurt
Fine.
yourself, but it's because I want to be able to catch the moment when you do that amazing whatever it is that you're doing, the ollie, going down the half pipe, whatever. I want to make sure I catch that because that's the real reason why I'm doing it, not because you're gonna fall and hurt yourself. That's not the reason why.
I think it's more of yeah. As soon as I go down, I smash my face and then cart it off into a ambulance. But that's fine.
It's okay. I would ask if you're okay after I'm done
Yeah,
laughing.
that's fine. Yeah, after you're done laughing and filming the whole thing.
That's
Yeah,
how
I
I
mean,
know it's a
appreciate it.
it's a good friendship.
Oh,
That's
definitely.
true friendship. Like if you don't laugh, if you just go up to me and ask me if I'm okay and don't laugh, then I'd be sad. But if you laugh at me and then ask if I'm okay, I'd be okay with that.
Better. It's better. Fills the heart.
Yep, that's right.
Heck
But
yeah.
anyway,
But
good choice.
Tarzan Untamed, go check it out. It's a good game. Like I was saying, it's overlooked a lot.
Will do. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to get past the first level. I'm gonna say that's all I've done, but
Hey,
I'll,
it's okay.
I'll try to get that 75% too and see what it's about.
I imagine the rest of the game's just as good. I just could
Oh,
never
I'm
get past
sure.
button mashing quick time event. I just hate those.
I no, I feel I can just imagine you getting angry and be like, I'm done, and
Oh
then
yeah.
turn it off, throw the controller or whatever it is. But
Yep.
it's okay.
Little 11-year-old Stuart was not happy with it.
But it's okay because one day you'll get that 100%. I believe in you. It'll happen.
At some point.
Anything is
At some
possible
point.
if you put your
Yeah.
mind to it or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever people say to make you feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, whatever. That's my inspirational quote. You can do it.
Yeah. Inspirations by Ed.
I was trying to go for the clapping, but that works too.
You know what? Yeah, that works.
That works.
A little overhyped for that, but
No,
it works.
overhyped. That's overhyped inspirational music or sound
That's
effect.
fine.
Not music.
That's
But
the inspiration you get at Odd Gaming.
odd gaming. That's how we be. That's how we do things around here.
Oh yeah. But
But
let's derail again, I
yeah,
guess.
hero.
And we're getting that train. We're off the rails today.
Oh yeah.
But it's okay. It's
It's
fine.
okay.
We're talking about some fun stuff. So
Yeah.
let's get back into it and let's go with whatever your choice for your third license game.
Okay, so I'm finally leaving the Genesis train, which is okay.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, don't cry.
Uh,
It's okay. We're moving on. It's we got to move on. We can't just stay stuck in the Genesis. Fun console, but there's other consoles out there too that are just as fun.
there is.
So I mentioned this console last podcast. It's one that if I would take with me if I was on an island. But that it's the GameCube, and the game that I chose. I don't know if you've played it, but it's Speed Racer.
Mm-hmm.
That was based off of the movie that came out in 2000 whatever. I don't even remember.
The movie that was okay.
Yeah, that movie that was okay. I remember going to movie theaters and seeing it. It was an okay movie. I haven't watched it in years since it
Speed
probably came out.
Racer came out in 2008.
Oh dang, yeah, 2008. There we go. I remember I was in high school. That's all I remember.
Hey, then that would have made sense.
Yep, and actually, I don't know why I said GameCube because it was definitely not on the GameCube. I'm going
Yeah, that's what I
to
was questioning a little bit.
yeah, it's okay. Sometimes we got you got to question.
Yeah, I was like, oh, 08. I didn't know they were making GameCube games still. That's
They
the
definitely probably were not. I did not mean that. I'm going to the corner of shame again.
Tommy Lee Jones is so mad at you
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
He is. You know what? He's not mad. He's
Not mad.
disappointed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
worse.
It's okay though. It was Speed Racer, and it was for the Wii. So we're
Okay,
gonna
there it is.
we'll come back to the GameCube at some point. But definitely was not the GameCube. So scratch GameCube, the Wii, Speed Racer for the Wii. So that is the game.
There
It
you
was
go.
yeah, it
I
was
remember this being kind of like a F-Zero clone,
yes, 100%.
right?
That was one of the things I was going to mention. Yeah, it's kind of an
Oh, there you go.
F-Zero clone. Yeah, so Speed Racer, which was based off the movie, and the movie was based off. If you guys have seen Speed Racer, it was a Japanese anime that came out in the 1960s, and then it made its way to the USA in '67. I've never like really watched much. Probably seen a
Oh,
couple
I loved it.
episodes of Speed Racer. It was an
I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah, it's a great anime. Like I didn't watch a lot, but like I said, I've seen a few episodes. Fun
That was
show.
like an OG Cartoon Network. So
Oh
when
yeah.
I first started watching Cartoon Network in like '95, that
Hmm.
was one of the big shows that they'd have going all the time, and I watched that as a kid all of the time.
Oh yeah.
I loved Speed Racer. Like my Pinewood Derby car for Cub Scouts, my very first Pinewood Derby was the Mach 5
Heck
from
yeah.
Speed Racer. Like I loved Speed Racer as a kid.
And the song was great. I don't remember all song. We got Go Speed Racer,
Speed
Go Speed
Racer,
Racer, go. That's my
Uh,
beautiful singing voice.
oh, I know. I'm
But
just too good to be in a singing or vocal thing. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's,
I'll do this.
I did a little singing back in the day. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. Speed Racer
Speed Racer for the Wii.
for the Wii, not
There it is.
GameCube.
No, not that one.
It's okay. I'll go back to my corner of shame here in a second after I'm done describing this game. So yeah, as you said, It was kind of like F-Zero, like it's just a fast-paced game. It was fun. It's a racing game that's got like some crazy stuff to it. I recommend it. I'm pretty sure you can buy it for like a couple bucks. It's not
Yeah.
worth anything, but it's just fun. It's kind of like F-Zero. You get in this car, you're going in these cars that go in like 300 plus miles an hour or faster than that. When you're in your car on the track, there's like little speed boosts that you can hit that'll make you go even faster. And then there's different like things you can do. I think you can like do flips in the car. You can spin it and try and hit other cars off the track. And I don't remember if the cars like eventually blew up or something. I don't remember. But you can attack other cars, and those cars could attack you. So it's crazy. It's like crazy, over exaggerated racing, but that's what it is Japanese anime. It's everything's usually over exaggerated, but that's what
Yeah.
makes animes fun. Is just that over exaggeration of things. So yeah, you get in these cars, you're just going fast. You're fast and furious,
Hey, it's
and,
all about family.
and it's all about family. I'm pretty sure
That's it.
there's some family stuff in it, so it's about
Oh,
family.
hey,
Yeah,
it is. There you go.
it is. There we go, tying in that Fast and Furious to Speed Racer. So yeah, so that's it. It's not much more to talk about besides it was a fun game that was based off the movie, which was a movie. The game's too, but it was fun. I remember just playing it, and I was surprised at how good it, because I went in with low expectations when I got the game, thinking it's probably not going to be great, but it actually wasn't terrible, and it was just fun, just a fun, easy game driving. It gave me that F-Zero type experience. So Speed Racer for
Heck
the
yeah.
Wii, not GameCube.
There we go. Yeah, we don't want that one.
If you do find one for the GameCube, let me know. I'll I doubt
Yeah,
you'll find one, but if you did, you know, you never
You
know.
know, there's someone out there that could probably make one for it.
Yeah, or make one for the GameCube,
Yeah, that's
and then
fine.
I'll probably
I think there
give
was
it
one for the PS1, but it was from the anime, not from the
anime.
movie.
Yeah, I haven't played that one.
Me neither. I just know it exists.
Maybe one of those games we'll just have to try.
There's tons of them. We got to throw them in the list. We'll
Oh
play
yeah,
them eventually.
and by eventually it might never happen, but
Yeah,
we'll try and get
eventually
to it.
is one of those. We'll see.
We'll see what
Yeah,
happens. So yeah,
that's it.
so that's mine. What's yours? And hopefully you'll get the console right because I definitely did not.
So no, I mean, I know my console on this one. So again, it's PS1, and you can fact check it, but I know it's PS1. They also made it for the Dreamcast. And we've talked about it before on a couple other episodes, and we're both big Toy Story fans. I'm a huge Buzz Lightyear fan. As a kid, when this game came out, I had to have it. And this was Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. So this was the video game for the TV show that came out,
That was a fun
which was the
TV show.
spinoff of the movies. So this is about actually like Buzz Lightyear the character, not Buzz Lightyear the toy. Did you ever play this game?
I did not. I kind of remember it. I'm about to Google it.
Yeah, so it's 3D but very on rails, and it's kind of a cool game. The controls are a little janky. Not having the analog sticks on the PS1 makes some of the like the third person controls a little wonky. They're a little bit difficult to control, but if you can get past that, the game's actually pretty charming. It's pretty fun. But basically, premise is there's a bad guy in each of the worlds or each of the levels that you go to, and the whole thing is you're basically trying to beat them to the finish line. So
Mhm.
you're going through all these different enemies. You're trying to pick up all these collectibles and power ups and all this stuff on the way. And then once you get to the end, then you have a boss battle with that boss. So there's a couple different elements to the game, and it's actually pretty well done. Besides the controls, the graphics don't look too bad, especially for like I believe this one came out in 98, 99, that time frame. As a kid, I love this game. I picked it up recently, and yeah, it definitely doesn't play as well as I remember as an 8-year-old, but it's still a fun and charming game. I still love Buzz Lightyear. Definitely one to check out if you are a Buzz Lightyear fan and you
Oh
haven't
yeah.
played this one. Definitely worth playing a couple levels of it at least, and you'll definitely have a little bit of fun to it.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with a little Buzz Lightyear. You love Buzz Lightyear so much. You got two Buzz Lightyear action figures now. You
Do
got your original and the newer one.
I have my original from 1996? Absolutely, it's
And
staring at me right now.
you're
So
up there watching over your office studio thing, making sure that you're protected.
oh, definitely, I don't even know how many right now.
And plus
I've
all the
probably got
other
10 or 12 Buzz
other
Lightyear staring
Buzz
at.
Lightyears that are there that are like from different toy companies and action figures, which are
Oh,
all
definitely.
super cool. Can you fly in the game, or is it just like you run?
I believe if I remember right, there's like hovering, but I think it was just a hover belt. But a lot of it's just the running. I don't remember any flying elements. I think it was just a hover belt. So there's like a bubble that comes around you, and you kind of
Mhm.
float and hover. But that's kind of about it.
And I
But it's
just
very like it's a 3D game, but it's very on rails.
that's super cool.
Like there's not much you go to, but it's kind of like a race mixed with like a platformer mixed with boss battles. Like it's kind of weird how each level works. There's not many games that have really done it like this
Oh dang, this isn't
before, but it works out. It pans out for the game.
that's cool. This is a an Activision game.
It is. It
That
is.
and I can't get over like I love the artwork and everything from back in that day. It's so
Oh yeah.
especially Disney's like they had some really cool like artwork for the games and
You're
just
looking at the cover art.
yeah, I'm looking at the cover art. Like it's super
Cover
cool.
art's awesome.
I go crazy. It's super. I just love it. It's
Oh,
just it's
I
nostalgic.
mean,
It's
it had to
very
be part of the
nice.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at when I clicked on it. I guess you can actually buy one in mint condition, brand new. Goes for this one's going for $300.
Oh, that's a steal.
Yep, based
Oh
on
man.
the new Disney Pixar TV series.
Ugh, and that was probably 40 or $50 when I picked it up back in the day. So
Oh yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out because yeah, you can't go wrong with Toy Story. Definitely Buzz Lightyear. He's awesome. I had a Buzz Lightyear. Don't know where he's at. I hope I still have him. If not, I'm gonna be sad. The one that
that
I
is
had, the one that I had though, his wings weren't like really long. They just kind of they were little short, stubby little wings. I don't know. It wasn't like in the movie where they're like long and come out and it was all cool. Mine were just kind of like meh when you press
yeah.
the button. But it's okay. Maybe I had a knockoff. I don't know. He's still cool as Buzz Lightyear.
Hey, I mean,
Maybe with
Buzz Lightyear.
maybe with an extra R in there. I have no idea. But
Oh, right. Yeah, definitely.
it was Buzz Lightyear. Um,
It was Luz Bite
yeah, it was Les Lightyear. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
yeah. I had him. I had a Woody too. He was not the cool Woody. Like he had a pull string, but it didn't actually like it wasn't an actual pull string. It's just a string that had the thing on it. But you could put your fingers in his back pockets to move his legs. So there was that.
Okay.
So
Yes, I had that one. I want to say that was the one from Burger King.
it's possible because he wasn't huge or anything. He was a
No, because I had that one too, and that was not like a retail one. I'm pretty sure because they did a whole line of toys when the first movie came out. Because I had a Buzz Lightyear, there was a little small Buzz, and there was a couple others. But I think that one was either one of the toys or one of the premium like add-ons that you could have gotten because they had a few of them at the time. Because
no.
I had the same one where you could put your fingers in his legs and
Yep.
move them.
Yeah,
Yep,
that I think
want to say
that
that
is
was
yeah, that definitely looks like it. Yep.
yeah. Okay, that's
And
what I
it
thought.
yep. That so yeah, that has to be it. Yeah, because his hat doesn't
Yep,
come off nothing. It's just it's on
yep.
there.
Oh
And
yeah, I've
yeah.
had that one.
Yeah, so that was my Woody, and I had my
Heck
Buzz
yeah.
Lightyear, and I had a Mr. Potato.
Speaking of McDonald's
Mc-
or fast food,
Fast food. Yeah, there it is.
with
Burger King.
Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, they
Yeah.
had a great toy series at McDonald's for Buzz Lightyear Star Command when the TV show came out.
Mhm.
Did you ever remember those? It was each toy was a capsule, and if you got all of them, it built a spaceship.
That's cool. I don't think I ever got any of those toys.
Oh yeah, we were some little insight when we were younger. My mama, she was a huge collector of McDonald's toys. So anytime a new McDonald's toy came out, and she always visited us every Christmas, we would go to McDonald's and we'd start. She'd buy a bunch of Happy Meals and start collecting all the toys. So we had two or three of them at the time, and we had multiple different McDonald's toy sets all throughout those years until she passed away. But this one I remember vividly. Probably one of my favorite ones. Besides, I don't know if you remember the Inspector Gadget one.
Mm.
Did you ever do that one?
I think I kind of remember. I might have had a one or a couple of the
Because
Inspector
each toy like built the whole Inspector Gadget
Mhm.
build. So each thing was like one toy was the arm, one toy was the leg, one was the torso, one was the head, and then you could put them all together and make one big Inspector Gadget.
That's super. Maybe I didn't. That's super cool though.
Yeah,
And they had some cool toys
they
back.
did that a few times in that era because I think that was right around the same time frame that McDonald's did that, and they were really cool toys.
And I don't know if he said, do you still have any of those toys?
Mm-mm. Me and my sister were actually talking about that the other day on this actually particular Buzz Lightyear toy.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't think so. I was looking through my stuff the other day and I couldn't find it. She didn't either, so we probably got rid of it.
Yeah, sad day.
I know, but it was a cool one. That's when fast food
Super cool.
toys were at a different breed for
Oh
sure.
yeah, 100%. So yeah, Buzz Lightyear, Star Command, can't go wrong with it. I'm also
It's
thinking of
great.
of the ride at Disney.
Oh yeah,
That was
that's
fun.
a great ride.
Great ride, except the room that towards the end with all the spinny stuff. I don't like that room. Um,
No, or the where you're going through like the warp speed or
yeah,
whatever.
Force Feed. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like that room. I just look down because if not, I'll be.
didn't we get stuck last time?
Yeah, we got stuck in that room. It was like because we did the ride like 3 times because like they're about to close. There's no line, so we were trying to get what is it 100,000 or whatever, which
I think it's 999,999.
something like that. Which I think you got really close if you
I
didn't.
got close.
I apparently have horrible aiming and didn't get it, but it's okay. But yeah, we got stuck in that room, and at least
Nope.
it wasn't long. But I just stuff
Yeah, you
like
just
that
close your eyes.
gets me nauseous, so I have to either close my eyes or look down. So, and I know when I'm about to puke because I get the sweats and I can just feel it coming. So,
Nope.
but
No,
luckily it
thank you.
didn't happen.
Hey, it's okay. At
It's okay.
least it wasn't moving. It was just all visual.
Yeah, all
And you
visual, so we're
close your
good.
eyes, and you start shooting Zerg after that. So it worked out perfect.
Yep. But anyways, yeah, that's us getting off the rails again, but it's okay.
I guess we're a fast food podcast today.
Yeah, so we're fast food. So if any fast food
Mhm.
wants to sponsor us, that I'm down with it. I'm not going to say no.
McDonald's, Burger
Almost,
King, Arby's. I mean,
yeah,
whatever.
Burger King. I'm always down for the BK Lounge to
Yeah,
sponsor us too.
BK, have it your way.
Have it your way. That's what they say,
Absolutely.
anyways.
They used to.
They used to. I don't know if it is anymore. There's a video game with
Sneak King.
the Sneak King, which was creepy. That's technically it's not
That
based
is
off a show.
so creepy.
This is off the rails, but yeah, there's that one. It's based off
That
of
is
fast
so creepy.
because
Have
yeah,
you played that game all the way through?
no, but I've played some, and I remember you also had there was the was it Pepsi? Was it Pepsi or someone that
It
came
was
out with?
Pepsi Man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Pepsi Man. Hey, they tried getting in on it too. So
Hey,
and McDonald's, I think they had like a Ronald McDonald something game that I saw it not too long.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
fast
even
food.
Domino's with Yonoid.
The what?
Yonoid. That
Yono?
was a Domino's mascot. And
Oh
there's
yeah,
a NES game
I don't know. It's weird that fast food's like, I want to get on the video game action. They come
on
out
that
with
bandwagon.
really weird games, but Burger King I think they win for creepiest game because you're literally just kind of stalking people. Basically, is what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's super, super weird.
Yeah, but whatever. Hey,
Hey, whatever.
whatever.
Here's again, you add $3.99 to your meal and you get an Xbox 360 game at Burger King.
There you go. Have it your way.
Have it your way. That's it.
Yeah, stock people your way.
Hey,
That is my
it's
nightmares because he has that creepy smile. Like
oh yeah,
I would probably just die if I woke up and I just woke up and just saw the Burger King
the
staring.
Burger King.
I would probably die. But anyways, yeah, that kind of worked out. It's not
Yeah, it's
cheap,
okay.
but hey, there you go. Fast food. We threw a little fast food video games in there if you guys didn't know. So yeah, if you haven't played them, you might be able to find them somewhere. I don't know. Check them out or go on YouTube. Look at the videos of the games.
Yeah,
It's out there. Weird
yeah,
game.
you should be able to find Sneak King and all that. You
Yeah,
can find those anywhere.
it's out there. It's video games, so we might as well talk about it.
Hey,
So
it's
there
a
it is.
game.
But anyways, yeah. So I guess it's my turn.
Go for it.
So this one actually did come out on the GameCube, and I believe also was it PS? I think the PS2. But definitely came out on the GameCube. I'm
Are you
100% sure.
okay?
I actually know what I'm talking about right now, and that's Simpson Hit and Run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I haven't played in a while, so I'm just kind of trying to remember from memory. But I remember it was somewhat of an action adventure game. It had if I remember, kind of has a GTA style to it, where you can like go get in cars, drive around, and you can run over things, run over people, whatever. The cops will come after you if you committed enough violations while you're driving. It's a popular game. Has the Simpsons, that fun dumb humor. If you like enjoy the Simpsons, if you don't, or if you've never watched the Simpsons, it's a fun game to play. I know your wife, she's apparently, I guess she's really good at that game, or she loves that game. But I did look up what the plot was. I could not remember what the plot was about, so I'm going to read what it is right quick. So thank you, IMDb. But the plot is something weird is happening in the town of Springfield, and as usual, the Simpsons are right in the middle of it. Tiny cameras disguised as wasps are flying about. Mysterious black vans seem to be spying on the citizens. A new soda appears to be making people crazy. And while all this is going on, Bart Simpson disappears, apparently by a UFO. It's up to Homer and his family to solve the mystery. So it's a family game. It's about family.
Yeah. Yeah, while you're running over
Yeah,
people in
while you're
cars with your
going
stupid.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's still about family, so
It's about family, but that was a fun game. I don't know if I ever beat it, but I did play it, and it was a fun game, and it's from what we
it holds up.
it holds up, and I think it's the value is actually kind of starting to go up on it right now. So if you don't
It's
have a copy of the game, definitely go pick one up because I don't think the price is going down on it right now. It's still affordable. It's not like crazy expensive, but I think the price has gone up on it a little. So go check it out. Fun game.
definitely. Yeah, super fun game. My wife's all about that game. She loves that game. She's played it through numerous times, and I mean, it is fun. It's a Grand Theft Auto clone, but it's
Yep.
easy to get into. It's one of those you shut your brain off and just kind of go type of games,
Mhm.
and it does a good job. And it's probably one of the better TV show licensed games that's out
Oh
there.
yeah.
Probably the best Simpsons game too,
Hmm.
because there was some good Simpsons games that
Yep.
came out, but that's definitely got to be the best.
So that's mine. So Simpsons Hit and Run. So what's yours? I don't even know what number we're on. But anyways, what's your next one?
No, but I mean, this will be our last one. So
Yeah.
I think you played this one. It was on the GameCube. I believe it was also on the PS2. But this would be SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yes, I did. I have played that game. It's a
Yep,
good movie. Or
it
SpongeBob.
is. It is
Or
it,
I
yeah, I
guess it's
mean,
a movie, but it has stuff from the SpongeBob movie, I believe, in it. I think.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. I don't know. I thought it did. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy.
I think they
Maybe I just
came
don't,
out after.
maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about today.
Now there was a SpongeBob movie game.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking, but I
That's
do
what
know
you're
I
thinking
think I'm maybe getting those kind of, but I do know the game you're talking about. I think I'm getting those 2 are kind of like blending in a little, but it's okay because
Yeah.
I haven't played them in forever, so I can't
Oh, I know.
remember everything. So I'm trying. I'm just gonna
Hey, it's okay. You
I'm
know
gonna
what?
corner of shame today. It's okay.
Tommy Lee Jones is just really, really disappointed in you
He
today.
is.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. He's just disappointed in you. It's
Jason
fine.
David Frank is starting
He's
to
like,
get
you didn't even know
disappointed too.
SpongeBob? Who
Yeah,
is this guy?
SpongeBob. Who is this guy? Yeah, you're fired. Go in your
Yeah,
corner
you're
and
fired.
never
Gone.
leave. He's gonna erase.
Exactly.
He's gonna erase my memory like he does in Men in Black.
Hey, heck yeah. That's it. But SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, it's probably one of the best SpongeBob games. They actually just remade it, I believe last year or so, and did a remaster of it. But it's a great, easy to get into 3D platforming game. There's lots of jellyfishing where you're going around catching jellyfish with nets. A lot of great platforming action. Not much to talk about on it. It's a good game. If you like SpongeBob, definitely check it out. Again, it's probably the best SpongeBob game that's really out there. Definitely the most revered SpongeBob game. I mean, it was so good and so loved that they even made a remake. You can go play the one on GameCube or PS2, which was great, or just get the remake. The remake has refreshed graphics, better frame rates, quality of life improvements. So that's probably the best way to play it.
I'm all about those quality of life improvements.
Heck yeah! But man, we talked about a lot of really good licensed games or ones that we really enjoyed. I want to bring one up that I did not enjoy.
Yeah.
That kind of made me a little sad. But I should have figured it was going to be bad at the time. But I was 12 or 13 at the time, and you see a game in the store, and you're like, "Oh, I really like that
Yeah.
show, so I want to get it." But in the early 2000s, there was a great reality show that was out there called Fear Factor.
Oh snap! Here, I
With-
want to go on
yeah.
that show, but
Oh, I know. I would. I wanted to so bad with Joe Rogan hosting.
oh
I
yeah.
loved it. They made a video game for the Game Boy Advance for it, and it was hot garbage. Obviously, you could think it was, but basically, it was really terrible 3D platforming for like more of the stunts. So
Hmm.
you're running through like something that's 50 feet up in the air, and you're having to dodge bags that are hitting you and things coming at you and snakes being thrown at you or whatever. And you're jumping and dodging and
Hmm.
diving and all that stuff. But it's like terrible. Like the controls aren't good. The movements are super slow. The levels are not thought out. Like it's not a good game
I just
at all.
I just can't see how you could make a game about Fear Factor. It just
I
seems
don't
like
think
a
you should.
bad. Yeah, it's probably just a cash grab. I guess right, a cash grab. I don't know what they were with, but it just.
Oh, they all were. They
Oh
all
yeah.
were cash
Oh
grabs at the
yeah,
time.
for sure. Yeah, true. It's just yeah. I just Fear Factor. It's just not something I would make a game out of.
No, no, and it should not exist at all.
Yeah.
But it did. I played it because I mean I bought it, so at the time, like I didn't get a game every day or every week, so
Hmm.
uh, you had to play what you had. But
Yeah.
it was interesting. I'm actually looking at some things now, trying to refresh my memory on it. But there's one where you had to like do button mashing to get off of a railroad while a train's coming.
Nice. Nice.
One where you're hanging upside down and you have to get out with a pool of piranhas.
Heck yeah.
I mean, just oh yeah, there were some eating challenges where you had to like hit buttons in a certain way so you didn't get sick and puke. So yeah, it was a very, very interesting game. I don't know how they thought it would adapt well to Game Boy, but I guess they did it.
You know, if there's a will, there's a way, I guess. It just you know, doesn't
Hey,
always
no, not with licensed games and not something with Fear Factor. But again, I was younger and didn't know, and I loved Fear Factor, so I was like, I want this game. And we were on vacation, and I mean, I played it. I played most of it, but not that great. They also made it on the PS2 and the Xbox, but it never came out, it looks like. So I think it only came out on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, as you're talking, I'm actually looking. I found a website. It's 20 strangest video games based on movies.
There you go.
You got a B movie. That was a strange
Oh, cool.
movie on its own. It's funny. So
It's
many memes have come out
interesting.
of it. But
It's interesting.
human falling in love with a bee, you know,
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
But whatever. It's
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld. You got B movie. You got Shrek Fairy Tale Freak Down. That sounds weird. It
I don't think I've ever played that one.
As the title suggests, this video game adaptation of the original Shrek is a parody of WWE SmackDown.
Whoa. Heck
I'm
yeah.
gonna screenshot this and I might have to look this up later. This sounds horrible.
We might have to play this at some point.
Yeah, this game is more similar to Tournament Fighter like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat than it is any wrestling game. It has nothing to do with the plot of Shrek, but it is a good attempt at a game using the visage of our ogre lord and some of his companions. However, the graphical limitation, it's a Game Boy Color, lead to some hilarious interpretations of the beloved DreamWorks character.
Okay.
So yeah,
Hey,
uh,
whatever.
hey, there's some weird stuff out there, but it's okay. But I'll definitely probably go on YouTube later and check it out and see what it's about.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. I mean,
Oh, here's another
yeah,
one. I know we're running short on time, but I'm just gonna make because this one we did play it together in arcade. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
oh, that's actually a good game.
It was a lot of fun. It was a weird game, but it was a lot of fun. We both
It's a
played it.
lot of fun.
Yeah, because we were at the video game museum in Frisco, which is really cool. If you're in the area, go check it out. Super cool place. Has the history of video gaming. Just you can see where consoles started to where they are today. Super cool if you're into that, like we are. So we were fascinated. And it's really cheap too. I think it's like what $20, and there's so
Yeah, something
many.
like that. If
Yeah,
that.
and there's so many cool things there to see, video games that you can play. They have a huge old
Mhm.
school arcade they can like put quarters in, which is really cool. But yeah, that's where we played Moonwalker, and it was actually really
Yeah,
fun.
it was great. Yeah, that's actually a really fun game.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I've got nothing else as far as games go.
Man, I think we're good. I think we hit a few of our favorites, and we might have to do a part two because even thinking about it, there's a lot of a lot of fun licensed games out there. There's a lot of bad ones,
Yeah.
but there's a lot that are really good that we didn't even mention,
Oh yeah.
or we've touched on in previous episodes that we might go back to and talk about later on.
Yeah,
But
so for our listeners out there, is there a licensed video game based off a TV show or movie that you really enjoyed or didn't enjoy? But yeah, just let us know in the comments what it was. We would love to hear what you guys have played because we might have not played it, and it's something that we can
exactly.
look up, play, and then maybe we'll talk about it in the podcast. If we'll maybe pick someone and kind of talk about the game, maybe check it out, and
Absolutely. No, we appreciate it. And if you are listening, definitely follow our Instagram as
yep,
well. We try to post things every few days on there, asking questions, trying to get a little bit of community feedback.
yep,
So definitely looking for any game suggestions, like Ed was saying, but also any sort of episode ideas or any discussions you'd like to have. We'd definitely be open ears to hear that.
yes,
Sort of create some cool content.
oh
But um, yeah, just we appreciate y'all for listening. Definitely check us out again on our Instagram podcast. Tell everybody that you know about it. If they're in the gaming, retro content, any of that fun stuff, rambling about McDonald's and Burger King
yeah,
toys for half a podcast about video games. I mean, we're definitely the right place for that. So
yeah. So
definitely send them our way.
yeah, yeah, we'd the more people the better. I said we want to have fun with you guys as well, and we just want to talk about video games. And
That's
as
it.
I said, it could whatever other random stuff. As we saw, we talked about McDonald's, Burger King, weird games that fast food companies have made. So yeah, come on, it's a lot of fun. Join the
Absolutely.
odd gaming family. We'd love to have you.
Definitely.
But
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's been a great episode. It's been fun talking about
it's been a lot of
the old school days of the licensed game.
oh yeah,
But
lots.
I think we need to sign off now and let the good listeners go about their day, I guess.
Go about your day. If you're at work, I guess go back to work. Whatever, it's up to you. But if not,
Yeah,
if you're
or
listening
not.
at night, go to sleep
Yeah.
or not.
Or if you haven't listened to our first 4 episodes, definitely go take a listen.
Yeah, why haven't you
Uh,
listened to our first 4 episodes or three, however
yeah,
many episodes are out there? Why haven't you listened to it? What's wrong
yeah,
with you?
exactly.
You go to the corner of shame.
Tommy Lee Jones is mad at you.
Tommy Lee Jones is mad at you now, not me.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Well, awesome. Thank y'all so much for listening. We'll see y'all next time on the Odd Gaming Podcast. I've been Stuart,
and I'm Ed.
man, signing out. Peace out.
Peace out.